Encourage the king. Please, let your word be like the word of one of them, and speak encouragement. Micaiah said, as the Lord lives, whatever the Lord says to me, that I will speak. Then he came to the king, and the king said to him, Micaiah, shall we go to war against Ramoth-Gilead, or shall we refrain? And he answered, now this is God's prophet now, the true prophet. He answers, go and prosper, for the Lord will deliver it into the hand of the king. And the king said to him, how many times shall I make you swear that you tell me nothing but the truth in the name of the Lord? This is all very interesting, isn't it? Then he said, this is what Micaiah said, this was really the word of the Lord here. He said, I saw all Israel scattered on the mountains, as sheep that have no shepherd. And the Lord said, these have no master, let each return to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, did I not tell you he would not prophesy good concerning me, but evil? Then Micaiah said, therefore hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven, that would be the angels, standing by on his right hand and on his left. You ready for this now? And the Lord said, who will persuade Ahab to go up, that he may fall at Ramoth-Gilead? So one spoke in this manner, and another spoke in that manner. Now you see, the Lord was determined here, this is going to be a bad day for Ahab. Then a spirit, verse 21, a spirit came forward and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. Now remember, these are angels. These are the host of heaven. Angels are spirits, Hebrews chapter 1 tells us. A spirit comes forward and stands before the Lord and says, I will persuade him. The Lord said to him, in what way? So he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. And the Lord said, you shall persuade him and also prevail. Go out and do so. Now this is a text we don't preach from too often. And verse 23, therefore, look, Micaiah said, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets of yours, and the Lord has declared disaster against you. Okay? Now, Zedekiah, this false prophet then, smote Micaiah on the cheek and said, which way did the spirit from the Lord go from me to speak to you? He'd been parading around with these iron horns saying, yes, this is what you're going to do to the enemy. Verse 25, and Micaiah said, indeed, you shall see on that day when you go into an inner chamber to hide. So the king of Israel said, take Micaiah and return him to Ammon, the governor of the city, and to Joash, the king's son, and say, thus says the king, put this fellow in prison and feed him with the bread of affliction and water of affliction until I come in peace. And Micaiah says, if you ever return in peace, the Lord has not spoken by me. And he said, take heed, all you people.